25th, 2025. If we could have a roll call, please, Andy.
Certainly. Ms. Adams,
Here.
Mr. Vanicola,
Here.
Ms. Wagner,
Here.
Mr. Flynn. Township Arborist and your co-director also present.
Excellent, thank you. All righty, if we could pause for a moment of silence and then stand for a pledge of allegiance. Okay. Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. Did we have anything to add to the agenda? I know there were some other things.
I think everything is sort of there, but it's in other
Okay.
cases. We
All
can
right.
always. Well, there isn't a place for. There isn't a place for commission comment again, but we can always create one.
That's okay. All right. Okay. All righty. Okay, so if we don't have any changes to the agenda, I'd like to make a motion to consider approving the agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Rob. All in favor, say aye. Motion passes unanimously. Okay, did everybody get a chance to take a look at Carol's wonderful minutes from the August 28th, 2025 meeting? I had looked at them before and I didn't see any issues. Rob, do you have any edits, comments? Well, and I don't think you did because you wrote them.
Okay.
Unless you do.
Sounds good to me.
All righty. All righty. Okay, well then I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the August 28th, 2025 Shade Tree meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. All right, moving on to new business. Discussion and possible action on the 2025 Ball Street giveaway. It looks like, so we saw a couple of emails that came in. That's what I meant to pull up. I apologize. The latest one, I think, showed that, let's see, that we had 12 orders in total on Ashley Road. 10 of the residents requested a second tree if they were available. So it looks like that there's 22 trees to be ordered, if counting the second trees. And there's also one resident on Brookside that ordered and also requested an additional tree. So thanks, Maura, for that update.
And we have the 2 dogwoods to replace from last year.
Right.
I only saw one. One dogwood.
One that died.
Well, there was 2 trees that died. You said so.
I drove around in one, so
Well, maybe they just cut it down.
I don't know. I didn't count numbers.
The kid,
It doesn't-
I saw one was dead on like the corner of Ashley and Brookside there, one dogwood.
Okay, well, then we have 1 to replace
Yeah.
then.
one dog then.
Probably getting them same source,
Yes,
or dog food.
yes. Just waiting for numbers.
Yeah, and includes free delivery.
And I invited Sheila here. to
Sheila
give us an up-
O'Sullivan Feeney.
Yes, I invited her here to give us an update on the trees.
So thank you. We're really excited as the EAC and Shade Tree partnering on this program. It's very important Trish, as you mentioned, as of 4 PM yesterday, there's 22 trees that have already been allocated. That's 12 orders. And one additional person on Brookside. We were hoping that you would be in agreement that we would give all the residents on Ashley till the weekend to complete their things, and Mara should be getting us the information. I know 2 or 3 other residents who have not submitted as yet, but they had told me they would get it in by tomorrow. We believe once Ashley has had a fair opportunity that we'll start looking at the top of Brookside and only approach house by house as we work our way and exhaust our tree supply instead of trying to advertise to the full street.
Okay.
Ashley had 43 residents, but as you know, 4 residents last year took advantage of the program that was happening on Beechwood. We are happy with the selection that you have made, and we also have done a couple things to get ready for this exciting event. We need from the EAC and the Shade Tree Ed, as well as Parks and with Newtown Square, a list of all the tree captains. We want to coordinate what tree captains will be able to handle that. In addition, we'll need the township to order the gator bags, Rob, the mulch and the protective tree covering for everyone. We will also confirm with Mara the final list, and I will work with Mara to make sure that all the payment is received as well. Obviously, Rob will do a great job of ordering all the trees, and Carol and I will go, like we did last year, to each house and actually mark where the resident would like the tree, put our weight marker in, and just wait for the township. We're asking them to call in for the utilities to make sure all the utilities are marked. In addition, we do already have asked one resident to be the property gathering center to host the party and all of that. So that's exciting. And we're going to ask them to kind of, make it a fun event for the neighborhood, and they're really looking forward to that. So the planning date for the tree, and Rob, if you want to talk with George about that, is Friday. Actually, receiving day will be Friday, November 7th. And that'll be the day that the trees will be altered as well. And then the planting date we're proposing is November 8th. And we'll be looking at starting at 9 AM. And we really want to identify any of the residents that might have an issue. I know there's 1 or 2 residents that are a little elderly that have health issues. I've asked other residents to kind of work together to make sure that everybody's supporting each other. But I would love our tree captains to make sure that we're giving this as an educational opportunity. The goal here is wonderful, putting the trees in, help mitigate stormwater, reducing the heat island effect, aesthetics, but it is really an opportunity for learning and education. This area was selected, as you know, because of the proximity to Fox's Run. There's an intermittent stream that goes right behind the even parts of Ashley and the odd parts of Brookside, and that goes down to Brookside Park. A lot of residents are just really excited about this. We wish we had more trees, but we know that we're limited with the $6,000. EAC already acted on approving the budget expenditure, and I think that's it from us. And Carol and I have a lot of work to still do.
Thank you so much, Sheila. You're a rock star. Really appreciate this opportunity for Shade Tree and EAC to collaborate,
Absolutely.
and appreciate all your personal hard work. And all
Absolutely. I'll
this.
tell you, listen, I was at every house and was at a block party last week for all the Ashley residents. They're so excited. They're really excited, and they're excited because they realize how important it is. So, anything you can do, if you can get more money, let's make more trees. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Sheila. Rob, anything to add to that? Oh, what am I doing? Sorry. that's
No,
you.
go ahead.
No, are we spending all the money that we have on it, the 6,000? Or are we saving a little bit?
But we don't have as many trees as last year, so guess we'll still have some money left over.
No, what I'm saying is, should we order that many trees and just ask Georgia to keep them like we did last year and then use them for other things as the year goes on? Because the money's already allocated.
Right. You want to put the order in my house.
All right. Now, are they the ones that, are they, the people that committed to it, did they say what type they wanted?
Yes. everyone who has already committed has put in their first preference and their second preference. I've explained to a few that Carol's expertise will be really helpful if, you know, they've chosen a tree. My concern was a lot of people were interested in dogwoods, and I really don't want to just have a single species. So maybe for Brookside next year or whatever area you choose, maybe we incorporate some service berries or something else that will be a flowering tree that gives them beauty, but we just don't want to have town full of dogwoods.
Fine with me. I think we should go for larger shade trees, but
Yeah,
cover the roadway and stuff like that of
yeah.
future time, you know?
Yeah. You're gonna definitely, the residents that have already spoken, you're gonna be sold out in the trees for sure.
All right.
But we are trying to, they're in the center where there's actually a water problem that goes into the middle of the road, the water that comes down Winding Way. Cars actually have debris that fall, the water comes down. We've asked those individuals to really concentrate to think about adding trees because they're in the most crucial area, the area upland that drops down, because if you'll see the odd side, water comes down into it, and then there's the stream is behind the even side of Ashley. And that's where they're experiencing, and the water on the street is unbelievable during the storm. So we're trying to encourage the vulnerable areas to make sure that they take advantage of the trees as we can. The area of Ashley, yes, the area of Ashley, yes, Ashley and Brookside, behind them, they have an intermittent stream that feeds right down to Fox's Run. So if you look at St. Albans Swim Club, along the back of those homes and Ashley and there's a stream there. And so all of them, but as you know, certain areas, because the stormwater wasn't even on the maps, even though it's causing a flood, it might not be an MS4. But if our goal is just to hit MS4 credit, really, we want to remove water as the source, you know, and we will accomplish all. I mean, MS4 is critically important, but if we can help mitigate water overall, it'll help all of us. So Rob, reach out, you know, anything you need from us, ESC will help out, and everyone's looking for Newtown Square and Bloom said they will help. I know Parks and Rec will help, so we're gonna have a full house of helpers.
Great.
Great. You're done with me?
Yeah, definitely. Can you remind me, Rob, how many trees we can order with the $6,000 that we have? 36, thank you.
I was gonna say somewhere around 40,
All right, perfect.
just off the top of my head without doing.
Okay.
Last year.
Right, so, yeah, okay, great. So so there shouldn't be any leftover trees if the folks from Brookside and, all right, excellent. All right, fantastic. All right, great. Thank you so much, Sheila. Okay. All right,
I don't know what that is.
I thought we already took action on approving the budget. Do we have to do that again, Andy?
It is already established, but.
Yeah, so I mean, so what, so, okay, all right,
All right.
okay. All right,
Good. Bring it on.
yep, okay. Well, okay, so I'm not sure what to do with 6.2. Because I think we already acted on that, and I think it's good. We've already discussed that that's.
Thank you.
Bye,
Go ahead,
Sheila. Okay, wish I had that energy.
Yeah. Rob, you were asked, so basically, you were asking whether when we buy all the trees that have already been designated for the planting in November, if there was any money left over, whether you should get other trees to add, put in the township nursery, correct?
Yes,
I figured that's what you were asking.
spend all the money.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Spend
I think
all the
so.
money.
Spend all the money.
Spend all the money
Or
on
do we
trees.
leave a little bit in case we need some?
I think we have to spend them on trees
We
because
have-
that's
yeah.
what we told the board we were gonna spend
Well,
it.
then we spend the money.
So, well, yeah, spend it all on
Spend it all
trees.
on trees.
Hey, my
Spend it
money, I
all
don't
on
care.
trees. So we're saying yes, go
Yes.
spend it all on trees.
All right. Okay, so we're discussing that. I don't think we need to take any action, but our discussion includes we're spending the 6,000 on trees.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Okay. All right, so old business, actually, this is sort of new business. So Rob had shared, so the 7.1 is discussion and possible action on shade tree ordinance revision to get clarification of responsibility for tree removal of trees planted by the township in right of ways. So, well, one, let me just ask, is there any update on the revised ordinance? Okay, alrighty. And so secondly, Rob had shared an article with me about, and I can't remember where it was, but it was someplace in Pennsylvania where the township, like years ago, had funded or planted Bradford pears in right-of-ways. And then the township was making the residents cut down those Bradford pears, or that the township came in and cut them down and then charged, am I characterizing this right? And then charged the residents. And then there was like this kerfuffle over, well, the township paid to have those trees put in. And so really, who should be the responsible party when there was kind of a township funded, partially funded or something? Who is responsible? Like, let's just say 20 years from now, the trees that we plant along Ashley and Brookside become diseased. They become hazard trees. Who's responsible? The homeowner, or would the township also have some culpability there?
Well,
Sure.
okay.
No, I think that that's a legal question. First of all, I mean, I think that maybe John can answer it more from the arbor's perspective, but I do ultimately think it's a legal question as who has financial responsibility. What I see in the ordinance as it's drafted is you have exclusive control under subsection 158-4B
Yes.
in order to decide whether or not a tree should be planted, how it's maintained, or if it requires removal and replanting. But I think what you're talking about is a financial legal matter that I would not be able to weigh in on.
Well, my question, yeah, I'm not asking if you, well, I kind of was, I was hoping that you might know, but I think it might be something we need to consider. And since we are promoting these tree planting events and kind of funding it with public money, maybe we need to clarify in the ordinance just address that point maybe in the ordinance.
I would agree.
So, and I am not 100% sure how we want to do that, because I would imagine, I mean, I don't know what the right answer is, but again, this would be something that if we are getting property owners and encouraging them to plant more trees, and we're giving them, we're kind of, I know that, but we.
Well, I'd ask
but we
Rob,
are
can you share
planting.
that article with me that's generating the concern? I think that'd be helpful to really understand how
Okay.
we've come to have this.
You still have it?
Yeah,
I have no idea if I have it.
I'll find it.
Historically, it's been the rule of thumb, whether it's a township right away, a PICO right away, PPNL right away, SEPTA right away, is the homeowner or property owner or property owners have full culpability of those trees. Meaning, so even if it is considered a donation, this is what I've been told, if it's a donated tree,
Mhm.
meaning Rob plants a tree on the property.
Oh.
Once that tree has found its final resting place, from nursery to property, then the responsibility is on the property owners. 100%.
It sort of
See, I
goes-
think this kind
It
of
sort
goes,
of goes to the thing that if you plant a tree on someone's property, it's theirs. You cannot go dig it up if they don't pay
But
you
if
for
you
non-payment.
recall,
well, but that's handled, the digging it up or replacement of it is handled by that subsection in the draft ordinance. I don't know that I'm aware of any revisions to that from its original format.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I
haven't
think
looked
that
at
we're
it.
talking about more of a legal issue, because of the scenario that you explained happened with these Bradford repairs in another location.
Yeah.
I think
which is
that,
not a good example, because obviously Bradford Repair is gonna be condemned because the state made
Right.
condemn them.
but I think this kind of goes back to, when this committee was originally organized, and I first kind of started to sit in on it. You know, we had talked about a tree adoption program. And that, in my opinion, would have assigned responsibility. So when you're going through the process with this, with the fall planting, I don't know that there's any kind of shared documentation that these homeowners are really recognizing their responsibility in it.
That's
So-
kind of my point, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
what-
mean, I think
what
that
other
that's a fair
townships do?
point.
What other townships do? They make them put a dollar figure towards the tree, which then gives them full responsibility.
Well, which we are.
Which we do.
Yeah, we kind of are. Okay,
There's your proof.
okay. So, but I think that it might be.
But I don't know that that's legally
Yeah,
clear
you gotta
to the
ask Rich.
homeowner.
You gotta ask
Yeah.
that to Rich.
I think that's why I think it's a legal issue that should be clarified. Because I don't know that, I think that they may consider as a homeowner, you may think, well, I'm purchasing a tree for the benefit of the township. I want to do my good deed and my part. But then you're not addressing responsibility when that individual sells the property,
Yeah.
moves on. It becomes an estate, you know what I mean? So how does that responsibility transfer to the next owner?
Andy brings up a good point. Maybe that's something we look into, and that's something that should be disclosed to everybody.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Too. So I think there's two parts here. Either we can address it in the ordinance and say, if we are going to continue, if the function of our commission as it stands sounds, to me, like the township is expecting us to plant more trees and encourage more trees to be planted and helping augment or supplant or offset some of the costs for homeowners to plant those trees
Right.
in their front yard, then we should make it clear that, well, by doing so, the township is absolved of any responsibility. You are fully responsible for care, maintenance,
Right.
disease removal, should that happen. And so I just think that might be something that we need to make clear, either somehow in the disclosure when we're having these tree planting events or in the ordinance
Yeah,
itself.
That might diminish the motivation of people to sign up.
that's very true. But care and maintenance, you spoke of that just now. There's a subsection 158-6 that
Yeah.
speaks to
Yes.
that issue.
Yeah, I think for existing trees, I think that's perfectly clear. I think where it gets fuzzy is where I could see where a property owner could say, especially when they bought the property and they're viewing it as, well, that was a township tree. You planted it, not me. And then that's where we could sort of have a bit of a rub. So I'm just wondering if maybe we need to think about that scenario and maybe a solution on that.
Great.
Okay. I found the article and all I need is,
Yeah, just
I'll
for,
get you-
just.
I
for-
will, after the meeting, I'll type in your email and I'll
Yep.
get it to you. And it was in,
And I can
it was
reach
in
out.
Kentucky. To clarify, it was in Kentucky.
Yeah, and I could share, obviously, the main question with Mr. Sikora,
Okay,
and then we can kind of delve into this other peripheral issue on long-term maintenance. And
right.
how we document that in perpetuity.
So would it run with the lot? So is there something that could be added to, I don't know, the township or the county, something that, I have no idea, but just that tree runs with the property kind of a thing, I don't know.
I mean, with that too. That's rich.
Yeah,
But I believe you can rely on the, you know, website.
right,
We understand the legalese.
sure.
That over that's part of it, have it written very.
Plain language.
You know, they understand.
Yeah, it's just like, look, accepting this tree at this significantly reduced price means that you're now taking over responsibility for this tree in perpetuity.
Have a dealer, you know, that's print out, they're signing every 2 seconds, you're initialing it every paragraph.
Now, we are not gonna do that, but.
I don't know, I can't afford new vehicles like you, John.
And permanent labels hung on each tree.
Yeah,
Part of it.
all right.
I don't have any of them either.
Activity, obviously, farming the tree.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
away. Now consider shade tree. So
Yeah.
all of that's covered.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just worried that someone could come back and say, look, you know, I bought this from so-and-so, this property from so-and-so, and they told us that this tree was the township's, you know, and we expect the township to do whatever, you know what I mean? And so I'm just trying to be thoughtful of absolving the township from having that responsibility and then making it clear to the landowner that, you know, by accepting this, this is now your tree, your responsibility fully.
Okay, do whatever way, it's not for,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
okay. It's love, but very grand.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. All right,
So now I think we jump into a new thing. So I'm going with a 7.2 and picking up the items for the agenda that were in the minutes that they forgot to add to the agenda.
well, I asked you about that in the beginning. We needed to make a change. If we were gonna make a change to the agenda, we needed to do that at the very,
Well,
very
we were
beginning.
talking about bog turtles. We didn't get around to this.
No, no, when in 4.1, I said, consider improving the agenda.
Yes,
Did
dear.
we have any changes to the agenda? And you said no.
Yes, dear.
So I don't know if I'm allowed by Robert's rules to go back and reconsider a change to the agenda at this point.
Well, I'm not changing, I'm just adding. Anyway. Okay, we can discuss it, but we can't, I won't write it down. We have things, we were looking for a new commission member. And I was, yes, you do. And I was told to contact Mike Russo. Well, Mike Russo apparently is not accepting any communication from me, because you saw me up in the office last week or something when I was here. And I was talking to Desiree and I was like, and she said she was going to send him something because he's never around or anything.
I know he has a lot of business out of town.
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
he usually only goes
yes, I was, you know, commissioned with contacting him, but I haven't heard back from him.
So do we have, oops, sorry. Oh, sorry. So is there an alternate if we have problems? I know Mike is our liaison. Should we maybe have, I mean, who should we contact? Should it be Steve?
If you have a specific person in mind, then I would put him forward.
John does.
And I would assume that, I think that Stephen or Desiree would be the appropriate
Okay.
people to send that that person's contact information to. And that way they can, reach out, get a possible resume. I don't know the full procedure they want to undertake, but get his contact information, Desiree and Stephen. They will make the contact as they deem necessary and get an interview.
Okay. All right. Okay, thanks. Did you want to go ahead and do that,
I
John?
will reach out to her to get her.
Okay. Okay, that would be great. All right, perfect.
Cool.
All right,
Thank
that-
you for that.
Yes, thank you. Really appreciate that.
Okay, ordinance, we've already been told there's no new updates on the ordinance. All right, newsletter. Now is the time for my fellow members to tell me what I'm writing on this month.
He gave up asking us to write something.
Yeah, I learned. All right, guys, what do you want me to write on this time?
All right, so we're going into fall.
We're in fall, yeah.
So do we want to talk about preparation for winter? What we should do?
Well, I still have October
leaves?
and November to talk
yeah.
about.
Okay,
preparation
so
for winter.
leaves, do we want to talk about leaves? Do we want to talk about? I don't know, you guys are the real tree people. What do you think, Rob?
I don't know what we talked about already.
Well,
What Carol talked about already.
Oh, you didn't read what I wrote after you told me what to write?
Yeah, but I forgot.
You forgot. I talked about fall tree planting. I actually even described what the MS4 stood for.
Okay,
So that was pretty, that came out pretty well, I think.
Good.
And before that, I talked about, what was I talked about? Water, I think was the month before that.
See, I was thinking about water, but because it's been so dry, but before winter.
Well, I can always touch on that. This can be sort of a catch-all.
Trees and how to protect them from
Deer.
population.
All right,
Especially this time of year,
They're-
okay,
Your thin bark trees, your maples.
got it.
that- well,
Cryptomeria.
All the-
We had the
all the-
discussion yesterday.
All those native specialties, yes. Okay, deer protection it is. Okay, then there was the giant store tree grant.
well, I don't think we need to talk about that more. We'll
Because that's
we'll
for-
deal with that when the announcement comes out again. We'll see if Giant is doing it
Is still
again.
doing it
And
again.
then when that grant opens up, then we'll kind of deal with it at that point. Or if-
Okay,
I have to do some work on that. That's,
oh, all right,
I need to do that.
no problem. Let's see, then my next number, the tree inventory.
Oh, yeah, that.
On Tuesday, are we gonna get together and do this?
Well, I can't do it on a Tuesday. I'll be in DC. So you two.
I think on Sunday. No, at least for an initial.
Yeah, I'm free on any day,
John
but
wants you to invite us to football party.
Yes.
And,
Yeah, it cannot be.
Backyard, drink beer.
Okay, so,
That works
so
for me.
we can do it at our place, honestly, and we'll, we can make that happen.
We're gonna run it on late when.
November 1st or November 2nd, first weekend in November.
Hey, Thursday, like, book you again or whatever you gotta do,
Okay.
walk in the morning, see.
Okay.
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, all right.
Thursday or next week.
All right. So that would be, yeah. So I think so the 16th, I'll be in West Virginia.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That way we can report back on it.
You guys can do it without me. And cause I'll be in West Virginia. That
would
might
be the
work.
9th.
That might work. Yeah, tonight. Okay,
I'll contact George to see if
Okay,
What are we doing? The 9th of,
the 9th, Thursday. What time?
Want to send a calendar invite
Sure.
on there just in case, so we know that.
Okay. Do we just want to meet here and then we'll figure out where we're gonna go? Or do we?
Once figure out the location.
So wait a minute. So if 3 of us go, there's a quorum. Do we? Okay, we're not, okay, okay, all right,
You're not making any decisions, you're
Measuring.
right.
measuring, you're.
Okay, all right, just want to make sure.
You just can't stand there and deliver.
We can't deliberate that it's, no, it's actually 43 and a quarter.
And what time are we gonna do this?
What time? What time?
Probably we kind of like, so we.
yeah, I hear you.
What
I
time
would-
do you want to do?
You wanna do,
4:35, something like that?
Say, but get it
Like-
done.
like figure 4:30.
All right,
4:30 it is. Got it. Arbor Day 2026, we don't need to talk about that now, because we're still waiting to get onto the agenda for the meeting, the committee of committee meeting.
right. We're gonna talk about that.
To talk, committee of committee meetings to ask all the other committees if they like our idea for Arbor Day. And fall tree program update, we did that.
Yep.
Okay. We're
All
good.
right,
What did you say about the box? You wanted to say something.
Oh, when we were out, we were talking about other things. We weren't talking about what was on the agenda or not. Never
that
mind.
wasn't what I was talking about. I was
I
talking
know,
about
I know.
4.1.
Well, now I've got a 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, and a 7.5.
7.2A, Trish. B, C.
Oh, that's what I could do. I can just do an A, B, C, and D.
There
on-
you go, just do
yeah,
that,
whatever.
just make that happen.
Got it. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, okay, well, then, we have we have a person from the public that's sitting with us.
So we got a public comment? Public comment?
You sure? Okay, alrighty then, if there's nothing else, then, we'll make a move to adjourn. All right, I think we did this, 6:08 record time. All right.
You're gonna send Andy that article?
Yeah,
Why
I'll
don't you
do,
Send it to everybody. They all have it.
I can do that.